Dear students, welcome to the online Turner class, week 1. In today's class, we will understand few concepts on first aid, personal protective equipment, housekeeping in 5S, and response to emergencies in case of power failure and system failure. What is first aid? First aid is defined as the immediate care and support given to an acutely injured or ill person, primarily to save life. First aider must not panic as it will make the situation worse. ABC of first aid. Before a medical professional arrives, first aid treatments are applied in order to stabilize the condition of the injured person. The following steps are followed. Open the airway, check for breathing, check for circulation. Airway. In case of any accident, attention must be brought to the airway to ensure it is clear. Breathing. If breathing stops, the victim may die. Hence, providing support for breathing is a very important step. Circulation. Blood circulation is vital to keep the person alive. Personal protective equipment or PPE. Devices, equipments, or clothing used or worn by the employees to protect against the hazards in the workplace are termed as personal protective equipment. What is housekeeping? There are various elements in housekeeping. First, layout of workplace. Second, cleanliness. Third, avoid fire and incidents. Fourth, no waste material. Fifth, aisle marking. Sixth, enough storage and adequacy. 5S concept. First, establish the procedures in the workplace. Organize for easy retrieval later on. Keep the workplace neat and clean. Eliminate all the unrequired items. All the 3 S's are systematic and rhythmic in nature and must be followed. The advantages of 5S. The quality is increased and the cost is reduced. Customers are satisfied, thus improving the overall condition. Waste can be of various types, such as oil, chemical, solvent, cotton, metal chips, electrical, or glass. Methods are adopted to dispose the waste. Recycling. Recycling is the conversion of waste products into new products. Composite. Breaking down the remains of plants in kitchen garden and turning into nutrient-rich food for use as manure. Third, landfills is an open land which is dug and the waste is buried in the land. Burning the waste material is suggested if it cannot be recycled or if there are no places for setting up landfills. There are various waste segregation methods as can be seen in the diagram. There are 3 types of hazards. First, chemical hazards in which the body absorbs toxins. Second, ergonomic hazards in which the body is injured, often over an extended period because of the nature of the task, its frequency or intensity. Third, physical hazards in which the worker is exposed to the harmful elements or physical dangers such as heat or moving parts. To overcome these hazards, occupational health comes into picture. Health comes first. An individual should be aware of health hazards they are exposed to and prevent them from reducing energies and illness cost. Second, occupational safety. Accidents, as we know, can occur anytime. A good craftsman must be aware of safety precautions to protect himself, his fellow workers, and equipment from damaging. Most accidents occur as a result of human error of ignorance, neglect, forgetfulness, or recklessness, and can be prevented if acted differently. Causes of accidents. First, unawareness of danger. Second, lack of understanding of safety procedures. Third, inadequate light and ventilation. Fourth, improper use of tools. Fifth, unclean workplace. Sixth, negligence. The law states that both an employer and his employees have a responsibility to ensure safety. The employer's responsibility in terms of providing good tools to their employees, good working condition to the employees, and that they are trained properly. The employer must also oversee the work performed by the employees. Employees' responsibilities. Employees are responsible for the way they use the equipment, how they do their job, how they make use of the training which is provided to them, and the general attitude towards safety. Rules are essential. They contribute to the efficiency and safety of the job. Safety signs play a key role in keeping all informed of hazards and PPE requirement. There are four basic categories of signs. First, prohibition signs. Second, mandatory signs. Third, warning signs. Fourth, information signs.
There are so many road signs are available, and these signs are collectively divided into three categories. They are mandatory signs, cautionary signs and informatory signs. First, mandatory signs. Mandatory signs tell traffic what it must do rather than must not do. Example, stop, give way, one way, no entry, limits, prohibited, no parking signs. Violation of mandatory sign can lead to penalties. For example, in no parking area, if we parked our vehicles, it is a finable action. Next one is cautionary signs. Cautionary or warning signs are especially for safe. These signs are meant to warn the driver about the hazards or situations lying ahead on the road. It says what are do's and don'ts for pedestrians, cyclists, bus passengers and motorists. Cautionary signs are triangle in shape with red borders. Examples of cautionary signboards are no horn boards near the hospital and school zone areas. Next one is information signs. Information signs are especially benefit to the passengers and two-wheelers. Informatory signs are meant to provide information about directions, destinations, distance, etc. to the driver. Information signs are normally blue in color. Example for information signs, usually we used to see some signboards in the side of the road stating that petrol bunk ahead in 500 meters from here or to the hospital direction or the direction of the destination where you want to go. Actually, this is most benefit for the first time traveler on the particular route.
Occupational safety. In industry, shop floor, or fitting shops, the accident can happen due to faulty tools, lack of safety knowledge, lack of cleanliness, touching the electrical switches with wet hands or barefooted, not wearing PPE, or carelessness in machine handling. The safety is in our hands and is of utmost importance while working in a fitting shop. In case of a power failure, turn off the lights and equipment that do not require power. Call manager or supervisor in case of emergencies and ensure electrical load is not too much for the circuit. Power failure can result in electrical accidents, electric shock, burns, and bleeding. Electrical accidents can be prevented by having only licensed electricians work on the job, checking for electrical wiring before cutting, checking insulated tools for damage, and never modifying electrical plugs. When a person comes in contact with an electrical live wire and he has not insulated himself, then the human body suffers electric current flows through his body known as electric shock. A person having received electric shock may also have burn injuries. Do not waste time by applying first aid to the burns until breathing has been restored and the patient can breathe normally unaided. Burns caused due to electric shock are very painful. A wound which is bleeding must receive a doctor's attention. Fire cause damage, destroy properties and materials. Fires injure people and sometimes cause loss of life. Hence, every effort must be made to prevent fire. Fires can be prevented by eliminating any of the three factors that cause fire. First, no accumulation of combustible refuses like cotton soaked in oil and paper. Second, no loose connections, wrongly rated fuses or cables, or overloaded circuits. Third, highly inflammable liquids and petroleum mixture should be stored in a separate place. Fourth, blow lamps, torches, and heaters must be off when not in use. When a fire outbreak is discovered, it must be controlled and extinguished by immediate corrective action. A fire extinguisher is an active fire protection device used to extinguish small fires. It is not intended for use on and out of controlled fire. Many types of fire extinguishers are available with different extinguishing agents to deal with different classes of fires. Now we have reached the end of week 1.